Hey guys, Ren over here, and welcome to another PSO2 NGS video. Today I want to talk about Braver's active skill, Brave Combat. How it's used, when to use it, perks, all that good stuff. For those who do not know, Brave Combat is an active skill usable for Bravers. You can also use this skill as well, as long as you set Braver as a subclass. This active skill has two stages, an initial start and a finisher. There's a lot of questions I've seen around asking when is a good time to activate Brave Combat. And in this video, I will share my preferences and what you can do with it. When you activate Brave Combat, you have PP bonuses where you can cost less PP when using photon arts and an insane amount of PP recovery. This effect lasts for at least 30 seconds maximum. 30 seconds sounds like a long time, yeah? Very much so. That's why there is a sub-skill called Brave Combat Short Cycle, which reduces this active skill effect duration by 15 seconds, and the cooldown time is also reduced by 45 seconds. Originally, without the short cycle, the cooldown time is originally 90 seconds. Brave Combat also has 3 other sub-skills. Final bonus, which can recover HP and PP depending on how many hits you have landed, and this also has a final bonus surprise which doubles the hit count. So if you activate Brave Combat while your PP meter is at full, you can dish out as many PAs as possible until you run out of PP. And you have a bonus of 70% PP consumption as well, so it makes it harder for you to run out of PP. And so when you get to that point, you can activate the finisher, and depending on how many hits has landed, whether it's from your normal attacks or your PAs, you will gain HP and PP back. And if you learn the final bonus surprise skill, the amount of HP and PP you will get back is doubled. Brave Combat Close Range, which benefits katanas only with its normal attacks. Every normal attack you do with katanas will close the gap between you and the enemy with short distances. It can cover a little bit of vertical height if you spam your normal attacks in this state, as long as you're locked on to a target. This is pretty useful if you're somehow in a situation where you don't want to fall in a pit in like Lucille Exploration for example. And if you get knocked and about to fall, activate Brave Combat, lock on to an enemy, and normal attack your way back up. It's a bit jank, but it does get the job done. And for bows, they have the ability to prevent being knocked back while performing photon arts. But most importantly, the Brave Combat active skill can be activated again to perform a finisher move depending on which weapon you currently have active, whether it's a katana or a bow. The katanas can deal finisher potency to everything around you with a potency with about around 1500. And the bows shoot a massive arrow from the sky, also able to deal AoE damage to the target. The bow's potency is a bit lower, but around 1400. Slightly less than katana, but it's still pretty high up there. But with that being said, the Brave Combat is also a good active skill for PP battery. The PP regen while Brave Combat is active is very good. A couple normal attacks can bring you from 0 PP to full in like 3 to 5 seconds. But if you're struggling with PP, this is a really good source to rely on because it can double your PP regeneration. And when you use Brave Combat while bossing, there are some things you should know prior to my experience with Braver. What I do is I initiate Brave Combat whenever it is ready. If I'm mobbing in PSD bursts, I would immediately just cast it finisher regardless of the situation, whether it's a katana or a bow. And both finishes can deal AoE damage like I mentioned earlier. Bossing, however, is a little different. When doing a finisher with a katana, everyone knows it will deal AoE damage. But the AoE priority kind of matters in the sense because it will hit the target that is closest to you first. So this one's a little bit risky if you're attacking an exposed weak spot. Using the finisher as a bow has a higher chance of hitting weak spots. Also very good for hitting parts that are hard to reach, like Dotto's core on the back, Neil's exposed back, etc, etc. Positioning for bows doesn't matter that much, but it kind of does for katana. Only if you want to guarantee a hit on the weak spot. When I use the active skill, it's usually on downs and of course positioning. And for me, I don't have any PP issues because I'm constantly getting an insane amount of PP back with the Fearless Attitude passive skill, which is another source for katana for a massive PP regen. But yeah, that's about it. The matter of positioning and dealing damage to specific spots not only applies to Brave Combat, but to other active skills as well, like Pinion Blade for Bouncer, Crossing Feather for the Wired Lances for Hunter, Focus Overdrive for Gunblades, so on and so forth. So depending on the weapon, positioning will matter sometimes. But yeah, that's about all I wanted to cover in today's video. If you want instant damage, cast this active skill right away. If you like, the cooldown is a lot shorter than it was before, so it's much better now. And if you're struggling with PP issues, activate the skill, throw in a couple of normal attacks, whether it's with a katana or a bow. Nothing can go wrong with both weapons, and then activate the finisher. Or you can activate the initial start, dish out as many attacks as you can, and then activate the active skill again, because you will gain HP and PP pack depending on the number of hits that you've done while in the active state. I myself rely on Fearless Attitude, so that's my main source for PP regeneration. And I did cover a video regarding this passive skill, and if you're interested in that, I will leave a link to the top right of this video and in the descriptions below. But yeah, with all that said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one.